Why I deserve a nuclear weapon.
The N-word. The utterance of the word causes some to panic.
Wait, why is it gay? They did not have to make the N-word gay.
Or even get angry.
Why they make it
Wars have
gay?
been fought over the N-word, and thousands, if not millions, have been killed.
Oh. Okay. Nuclear, all right? Nuclear. No other word would fit in there. Yeah, no other word I could think of.
Killed because of it. Of course, I'm talking about nuclear, be that energy or weapons. In this video, I'm going to lay out the reasons why I believe I should be allowed to develop or even be gifted a nuclear weapon as a resident of the UK. Firstly,
It's kind of scary to think like nuclear weapon, like the biggest nuclear bomb, right? Can it wipe out like half of the world, or do I just sound like a fucking idiot? Can it wipe out like a crazy
the
amount
prospect
of the
me owning a
world?
nuclear weapon means that my neighborhood.
Why is that even
immediately
made? Why
becomes
is that
one of
even
the
a
safest and
thing?
quietest in the area.
Like it takes one president to like go crazy, sniff some crack, and just want to end it all. And boom.
Normal criminals
He
have to
taking
consider
everyone
police
down with him.
response times and camera security. Those in my neighborhood have to have a physics degree and calculate blast winds and special risk.
Good man, I feel incumbent upon me to tell you that I adore the meth ester of benzogluconine. Oh, I think I said that shit right.
fallout.
Oh,
So as you can imagine,
I
crime
am
is
smart.
drastically reduced. But that's not all. Even in civil
All right.
cases,
Agent
the nuclear
Rome,
weapon comes in handy.
ancient Rome.
Imagine
My
this.
bad.
Your neighbor is a up-and-coming rapper and is playing his shitty music at 2 a.m.
Check out my mixtape,
Your
man.
options without a nuclear weapon include 1. Politely ask him to stop. He won't. 2. Call the council. They don't care. 3. File a noise complaint. Takes months to set up. However, with a very small, tasteful nuclear strike, you can get ahead of all that headache and, in the process, bring peace and security back to your neighborhood. Honestly,
Is nuclear weapon not big? Just say like a fucking like a little firework, all right, or like a little bomb, bro. Nuclear is supposed to be like if you drop a nuclear shit, all right, it's not small. It's like gigantic, huge, massive, all right. No one thinks of nuclear as a little thing, all right. So he's gonna go down with
the
this
fact that you
rapper.
aren't currently pursuing a nuclear weapon now just shows how careless of a neighbor you currently are. The second reason why I believe that I should be allowed to have a nuclear weapon is that it can be
Self-defense?
used to help stop.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, you can tell I was pretty tired when I wrote this part of the script. Now, that's a very charged statement, but let me
Okay.
explain.
Explain
I
it
have a
then.
thing called a job job. And
Okay.
with that job, I make money. The government sees this, and because of a thing called society and the social contract, I'm forced to pay taxes on that income.
Unfortunately,
however,
fortunately, we all have to do that. Well, no, some people get away with that shit. I don't know what the fuck they do.
Decide that
Like
I
tax
want to
fraud and
keep the
shit.
money that I work hard for, the government will fine and charge me with tax evasion. If I continue to refuse to pay my taxes, the taxman will send the police to arrest me, and I will most likely
That's
be
crazy.
prosecuted and sentenced to a lengthy jail visit. And what happens to a sensitive young man such as myself in jail? That's right, they will try to, if you think about it, that just means that the government is paying me, but it's done via proxy.
Oh, if I ever go to jail, if someone ever tried me, bro, I don't care if like my life is on the line. I am fighting, bro. I don't care if they got shanks at my neck, all right, or knives or whatever, bro. I am not going out like that, bro. I'm not like letting them, do that shit to me, all right. I'm going out.
It would be a lot more honest
Dead.
if they just cut
Alright.
the middleman.
Dead.
But that's just me being pragmatic.
And
Now,
I ain't losing.
How does
I
a
don't
nuclear
lose.
weapon solve this?
That's what I do. That's
if
how my
were to
life is.
possess
It's
a nuclear
smooth.
weapon, not saying that I do, of course, and if I were to put a dead man switch in an area that, if subject to assault, would detonate the bomb, the government would probably think twice about trying to outsource my raping. I call it the backdoor deterrent.
Backdoor
Now, the
deterrent.
government realizing that billions of pounds in damage and nuclear fallout would be more costly than just my measly income tax would make them reconsider trying to prosecute me. And the best part about this is that I'm not a greedy man. I believe that everyone should have a nuclear deterrent, just as I
Oh
would.
my gosh, y'all know what sucks? I have fucking jury duty this month, bro. That shit. Oh,
This scenario would also make it so
Oh
that
my
everyone
God,
would also
that
be a
shit
lot more
pissing
polite
me
to each
off.
other, given
I had
nuclear
it once.
holocaust.
I had it once before, and I got lucky. All right, I was only sitting in the room for like 3 hours, and then they're like, "All right, y'all could go home. They don't need y'all." All right, so I'm hoping it's something short like that. Yes, I wasted like 3 hours in there, bro.
Only a single muscle
Terrible.
contraction
Would've
away.
wished that on my
The
enemy.
third reason why I believe I should have a nuclear weapon
sucks.
is that it will be beneficial for future generations.
Future
Some
generations?
people that oppose me having a nuclear weapon might say, "Oh, but think of the children, and it's illegal to own a nuke." And to that I say, appeal to emotion and appeal to authority. Those shitty logical fallacies won't work on me. Me having a nuclear weapon is me thinking of the children. Imagine my future child goes to school and someone thinks about bullying them. The threat of nuclear hellfire would quickly dispel any such
Bro,
stupid
wipe out
ideas.
a whole bloodline with that
Not
one.
only in the realm of safety is my
Shit.
nuclear warhead useful, but also in the realm of education.
I think
Imagine there's a science fair.
I could come to a conclusion. This man does not need a nuclear weapon, bro.
Your
I
shitty
will
little
say that
kids
right
will come in
now.
with a baking soda and vinegar volcano, while my son will be building a miniature guidance system to allow us intercontinental capabilities. Your son will be making a shitty little copper wire and magnet generator, while my son will be designing and building nuclear enrichment facilities.
I've never really had a
Not
science
only
fair
but
like that.
When it comes time to actually look for
I was in the
employment,
dumb
a recruiter
classes, so
might
I didn't
think
get to
twice
do
about
that cool
rejecting an
shit.
application if it has nuclear strike capable on it. It's also great in debate club. You would be surprised at how convincing your arguments can become when they're backed by nuclear threats. Yes, Mr. Stick, you are correct. My argument does fall under the don't have a nuclear weapon fallacy. How silly of me. I can see the point and agree with your position as the correct one. A true equalizer for the people. The fourth reason why I believe that I should have a nuclear weapon is that I'm not the government. Now, some losers will tell me that because of this, I can't have one because I wasn't elected and that's too much power for one citizen.
Too much power.
And to those people I say, first of all, me not being the government is a good thing, actually. When was the last time
That
you
is a good
thought,
thing.
oh man, the government did a great job doing XYZ, or the government has my best interests
I couldn't
at
name
heart
the
and
government.
they
I'm gonna
always
be
carry out
honest
their
with you.
campaign
I don't think
promises.
you could name the
Never.
government either.
There's not been a single person on earth who has had those thoughts.
All right, you got to
With
be
me,
the
it's
president.
different.
You got to be the big dog. If you ain't the big dog, don't nobody give a fuck.
I promise that
Right.
when I get a nuclear weapon, I will use it in my interests alone and will 100% be as tyrannical as possible with it. Basically, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing as the government, but just without the lies. Secondly, democracy has always been fake and stupid. Two-party systems that rally government power back and forth, undoing what the other idiots have spent half a decade implementing, and siphoning as much money as they can from the middle class in the process. None of that's
Landlord.
Here, we're just interested in obtaining nuclear weapons and threatening to use them at any given opportunity. People often say the purpose of a system is what it does. The government say they're here to help, but for some reason, you always end up with their boot on your neck. With me, it's boot on the neck from the get-go. I won't be pissing down your back and telling you it's raining. The fifth reason why I believe I should have a nuclear weapon is that the amount of change for the better that I can create with just
What
one
is this
singular
gay
nuclear
shit?
bomb is incredible. I could change
Life
the
after
face
I
of
get a
geopolitics
nuke?
forever. Every other week on the news, you would hear about rising tensions in diplomatic talks between me and some tiny little shithole country. Nepal, I'm looking at you. You are target
What is
number
Nepal?
uno. I could racketeer billions of dollars from countries that would have to pay for protection from my nuclear arsenal. Blood diamonds in Sierra Leone? Not on my watch. I wouldn't be stopping it or anything.
Wait, Nepal's an African place?
I would just be taking over.
I thought
Get
it was
your
like
very reasonably
German or
priced
something.
stoic diamonds. And then I'd flood the market to make them all worthless. But that's just threats. I could do so much if I actually fired a single nuclear weapon. There are like 5 targets that I could choose. I could end pollution in the oceans, destroy half of Twitter's daily active users, and bring
Yes,
down
please,
scam calls
bro.
by 90%. And that's just one target. If I'm being really innovative, I could even
People are crazy on Twitter. I fucking hate going on
create a
Twitter.
nuclear strike as a service
I
company,
don't even like
which
going
would
on
easily
it.
be a tech unicorn. Imagine all the shareholder value that you could create with a nuclear bomb. I'm surprised that the big tech
My
companies
headphones
haven't
broken?
worked their way into this space yet. But I guess that's what Palantir is currently working on. The sixth reason why I believe that I should have a nuclear weapon is that with one, I could run the greatest and most successful political party ever seen.
Okay.
I could solve literally every problem that anyone has ever had. Housing market is way too high? Well, we'll see about that when Zillow has to start listing the local fallout radius on their home listings. Energy costs have gone through the roof in the past few years. Nuclear energy, the cleanest and most cost-efficient source of energy.
I'm not gonna
is
lie.
within-
The British money always confused me. Like the pounds. You know what I'm talking about? I would see them. It'd be like it's £1, and I would see someone give either like a coin or like a bill, and I'm sitting here like, how much is a pound worth or something? I forgot how it is, the currency over there.
This part isn't even satire. The fact
There's like
that
something
nuclear
else
energy
that I
is not
wanted to
nearly
ask
as
about. I
used as it
forgot
should
though.
be, is just a catastrophic
Maybe it'll come
failure
back
of
to me.
governance. Skyrocketing crime and disorder across the nation. We will capture violent criminals and force them to work in radiated workplaces. And with the increased exposure,
All right, we got
who
the
knows,
bum again.
They may even grow a
Uncle
third arm and
John.
become more efficient at their jobs. My political party will also make littering punishable by death in all instances. I am 100% pro-death penalty to anyone who chooses to litter. We will also be extending the same courtesy to people who refuse to take their shopping trolley back to the return.
Oh, bro.
Some people may
That's the worst, bro. I actually used to push carts and like seeing seeing that shit would piss me off, especially like, cause I would have to close on it too. So like, I bring all the carts back to the store, and then one late shopper when it wants to bring it across the fucking parking lot and leave it there, and I'm just like, see, that's when I need a nuke. That's when I'll drop a nuke on someone, bro.
Policy citing them as inhumane or not proportional to the crime, and to those people we say.
So that makes sense. I understand completely.
You and what nuclear?
Never
weapon?
do that. Don't be that guy. All right.
The seventh reason why I believe that I should have a nuclear weapon is that I would be far more responsible than anyone else with a nuclear weapon. There have only been 2 nuclear bombs ever dropped on civilians in history, and both of them were by the United States military.
Oh,
Yet,
really?
They
My
continue
bad.
to own hundreds, if not thousands, of nuclear weapons spread across their military base.
Damn, Russia? Fuck, you need 4,000 fucking bombs
To the
for?
launch sites. I, however, have fired 0 nuclear weapons on civilian populations. So, if we're going to go by that track record, I am more responsible than the United States military when it comes to nuclear
Yeah, I mean,
armament.
hey, hopefully we don't get into it with Russia, all right? In Florida, I feel like we'll get fucked, all right? We're dangling off the thing, you feel me? Let us fight someone like Israel or North Korea, all right?
There's
We'll
also
kill them
precedent that
easily,
a single
easy
man
money.
Having nuclear weapons is not world-ending. Take a look at North Korea. Kim Jong-un has had nuclear weapons for years, and yet he has not caused World War III or the nuclear death of the planet. Shit, just look at this image of him watching a nuclear test. Absolutely ridiculous levels of swagger.
Is that really
Cigarette in
him?
hand, looking straight into the mushroom cloud.
Kim Jong-un?
The amount of aura forming from just this one image alone makes me believe that every citizen should be allowed to own a nuclear weapon, just for the purposes of this level of aura forming.
Why is he so
My
close?
final
Is there an
reason that I
alligator
believe that
there?
I should have a nuclear weapon is that, after all is said and done, and I use the nuke on a country, I could go on a massive redemption tour and try to regain sympathy by talking about what I've learned and why I believe that owning nuclear weapons is now bad, after I've already used them. I could even write a book about it called When the Nuclear Dust Settles, or something stupid like that, and bribe my way into being a New York Times #1 best-selling author.
I mean, yeah,
like every
I could
other
see
idiot
that.
who writes a book. We could really milk this shit for all it's worth. I'm currently in talk with publishers and ghostwriters who I have sent drafts to get this whole process started. And isn't that what it's all about in the end? Shareholder value, I mean. Just think about all the shareholder value. This entire idea is radiating concentrated levels of shareholder value. The shareholder value is ionizing your skin cells. Shareholder value.
What is he talking about?
But anyway, that's all the reasons why I believe that I